guy, you know, to use a really old word, superstar, but the guy is a superstar. Elton John with Bobby Ocean at 12:36.
There's always a celebration going on at Cal Stereo, and this week is no exception. Cal Stereo is celebrating Mother's Day. Thousands of systems and items on sale now. Here's just one example. The mighty Marantz 2240 AM/FM stereo receiver. Garrard turntable complete with a magnetic cartridge and a pair of Apollo 3-way air suspension speakers. All this for just $579. Free headphones with this system and any system purchased at Cal Stereo. And all systems backed by Cal Stereo's famous double the difference system price guarantee. Use Cal Stereo's instant credit and easy terms. Cal Stereo in Bellflower, Canoga Park, Garden Grove near Disneyland, Torrance, West LA on Pico Boulevard, and watch for another one of Cal Stereo's giant grand openings.
93 KHJ.
To each thing, there is a season. Turn, turn, turn.
Goodbye to you, my trusted friend. We've known each other since we were 9 or 10. Together we've climbed hills and trees, learned of love and ABC, skinned our hearts and skinned our knees. Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky. Now that the spring is in the air, pretty girls are everywhere. Think of me and I'll be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the hills that we climbed were just seasons out of time. Goodbye, Papa, please pray for me. I was the black sheep of the family. You tried to teach me right from wrong. Too much wine and too much song, wonder how I got along. Goodbye, Papa, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky. Now that the spring is in the air, little children everywhere. When you see them, I'll be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. Goodbye, Michelle, my little one. You gave me love and helped me find the sun. Every time that I was down, you would always come around and get my feet back on the ground. Goodbye, Michelle, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky. Now that the spring is in the air, with the flowers everywhere, I wish that we could both be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the stars we could reach were just starfish on the beach. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the stars we could reach were just starfish on the beach.
KHJ at 12:40 with Terry Jackson, Seasons in the Sun, and a brand new day and a brand new disc jockey. My name is Bobby Ocean. O-C-E-A, yeah, just like in you.
Boys' Night Out seems to be an American tradition. Well, this Saturday night, Irwindale Raceway is going to change that a little. How about Girls' Night Out? And it won't cost that gals a cent.
Foxy lady.
For the third year, Irwindale Raceway presents the famous Fox Hunt drag races. Dozens of spectacular top fuel dragsters and those sensual, fire-breathing funny cars. James Warren, the youngest national champ ever, Jeb Allen, That Fox Tony Nancy, Texan Jake Johnson, Dwight Salisbury, Coolin Olsen, Pat Foster, Leland Cove, Jim Dunn, all the heavy guys in one incredible night. There's no gimmick or escort needed. Girls and ladies, one and all, are flat free. Blast you over 6,000 Foxes at the time of their life. The guys didn't do bad either. Gates open at 12 noon for 200-mile-an-hour qualifying racing at 7 p.m. It's one great big party, the famous Fox Center at Irwindale.
Foxy lady.
For the gals into bike action, this Thursday night at 8 p.m. is also Fox on Night at Irwindale Speedway motorcycle races. Take your pick, drag Saturday or Speedway Thursday. Just get out to Irwindale.
KHJ, your Southern California concert ticket connection, announces a super concert in the near future. And naturally, you'll get in. Only with KHJ.
Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be.
KHJ, it's in the words. Did you get it? This is Bobby Ocean. It's 12:44.
Membership department stores.
Shopping at Gemco is like getting an employee discount.
Shopping at Gemco is like getting a raise.
Shopping at Gemco is like having a friend with a department store.
Shopping at Gemco is like marrying someone with a department store.
If you've been shopping for blouses with that carefree peasant look, you know that being a peasant isn't cheap these days. Except at Gemco. Gemco has peasant-style blouses for only $8.87. And they're made of that light, gauzy, slightly crinkly fabric that looks homespun. Actually, it's half polyester and half cotton. Easy to care for. Of course, to get that marvelous $8.87 price, you have to promise two things. Become a Gemco member and promise to look over all the other delicious fashions while you're at Gemco. Gemco, America's finest membership department stores with supermarkets. A lifetime membership costs only $1. And that's good for a lifetime of savings.
You know, there's a lot of hardworking young people who want summer jobs. So employers, send KHJ information about any job openings you have for youths. Right. Summer jobs, KHJ Hollywood, 90038. That's KHJ. KHJ with Ringo. I met Ringo once. It's 12:48. This is Bobby Ocean. In the spring of the year, a young man's fancy turns lightly to thoughts of you-know-what. But if the young man is married, he's apt to think of his barbecue, too, and what to put on it, a decision he shares with his wife. Now, be you, husband or wife, there should be no family argument if you line the grill with plump, juicy wieners from Farmer John. And Farmer John, unlike other packers, gives you a choice. His regular-size wieners and his 10-inch extra longs, ones that gobble up by the thousands as Dodger dogs at the Dodger Stadium say that fast 5 times, except for size. Both are the same, which means that in both the meat is from the only Eastern corn-fed pork dressed fresh locally. And lean Western beef, what am I saying? And also that they're seasoned with the only natural herbs and spices. And then they both have the same wonderful Western flavor from the smoking. So the only problem for you and your spouse is which Farmer John wieners to get for your barbecue. Logical solution? Why, both. Of course. How about it? Farmer John fine products are featured this week at all your favorite markets.
The doctors are voting. This is Lyle Kilgore, KHJ Hotline News.
Voting now going on at 3 county medical facilities, County USC Medical Center, Harvard General, and Martin Luther King hospitals. Voting on a tentative agreement reached this morning after a marathon negotiating session in a dispute between interns and residents and county management. Tickets went up despite the settlement, but at last look had been taken down at County USC. Word is Martin Luther King residents and interns have already rejected the settlement, but officers of their association say it'll be the total membership vote that counts.
Bob Morrison covering the problems between the county and medical people from the County USC Medical Center today. There's more testimony underway at the special hearings called by the Interior Department into offshore drilling. A testimony at the convention center, and testifying today a number of oil producers. At another meeting, people are talking about teenage alcoholism and ways to stop it. Speaking there, the president of the Alcoholism Council of Greater Los Angeles. There was good news today from the Bank of America. Their chief economist, Julian Taylor, said things are looking better.
The last half of 1975 will show much better economic activity in terms of positive real growth, positive growth in consumer incomes, and some general pickup in business activity across the board.
All this week, KHJ report is investigating the possibility that one of the most vicious killers in the city may be at large, responsible for the rape and murder of 17, perhaps as many as 30 elderly women, all over the age of 65. Now the manhunt for a suspect has moved into high gear, following the rape and beating of 2 elderly women last night in their Hollywood area home. One was 50, the other 83. Another strike is on the way. That story upcoming on KHJ.
Memories start with someone special and a time that you can share. Start making some memories at Wisefields Jewelers.
Speaking of memories, it's time to remember Mom. You know, sometimes it's really hard to tell your mother what she's meant to you without sounding a little corny. I mean, you can't just say, "Thanks a lot, Mom, for having me and putting up with me." I mean, this is the nice lady who said, "Eat your peas. And it's okay with me if it's okay with your father." How can you thank her for the love that's grown out of things like that? One nice way is a Mother's Day gift from Wisefields Jewelers.
Start making some memories at Wisefields Jewelers.
The walkout by stewardesses for Western Airlines still very much alive. They say they'll strike at midnight tonight. If there's no agreement reached by that time, they're striking for more money. An appeal to President Ford today to admit Cambodians who fled their country in the face of communist invaders.
We ask for your compassion and help toward these unfortunate Cambodians in evacuating them to the United States as soon as possible. They have lost most everything but life and hope.
That's David Kring of the Khmer Solidarity Association here in town. At the same time, some Cambodians were jetted into Camp Pendleton, including the last head of the Cambodian government. The local chief of the Immigration Service here in town says he has no doubt that undesirables are among the thousands of Vietnamese refugees, but he said that's part of the price the nation has to pay for being involved. There's a question about that, too. A probe is underway in Washington to see if President Ford had the authority to allow the refugees into the United States. And says the president, if the war is over, then so are benefits for GIs. Cliff Evans with that report from Washington.
The Vietnam War is over officially. President Ford, with a proclamation today, said that the war War is over, just as earlier presidents have declared an official end to World War II and the Korean War. There is a significance to this proclamation. It means that anybody who now signs up for the armed forces will not be eligible for what are described as Vietnam benefits. That eligibility ended as the presidency proclaimed the end of the Vietnam War.
Pentagon blaming the chaos of the final evacuation for the fact that the bodies of the last 2 U.S. Marines killed in Vietnam were left behind in Saigon. Officials now say the State Department is trying to arrange for the return of the bodies. Mayor Tom Bradley is calling on the city to become involved in a solar power demonstration project to provide energy from the sun. That project underway by the middle of 1978. There's a new law in California. Local school districts now have the right to determine where, who, and when high school students can smoke legally on campus. There's a manhunt call for Peter Dowling. He's an official of the Parimutuel Employees Guild, wanted by the FBI because of $235,000 embezzled from the guild. Both he and his wife gone from their home in Thousand Oaks. Officials now say damage could go as high as $500 million in Omaha, hit yesterday by 3 tornadoes that left at least 3 people dead. KHJ, first in Los Angeles with Hotline News.
Mention Milwaukee anywhere in this country, and chances are people will say beer.
I was born in Miami, and I lived in the South all my life. That's the only thing I know. It's just Milwaukee's famous for beer.
I'm from Terre Haute, Indiana. The first thing that comes to my mind when anyone mentions Milwaukee is beer.
I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota. Of course, I've had experience drinking beer, and that's probably the main reason why I know of Milwaukee.
My home state is Texas. When I hear Milwaukee, I always think of just one thing, beer.
That's why it takes a lot of nerve to name one beer Old Milwaukee. It's a tough name to live up to, unless you've got the beer. This beer has it. Old Milwaukee beer tastes as great as its name. Try some.
I reside in Maine. Beer and Milwaukee go together.
See why it takes nerve to name a beer Old Milwaukee?
Free speech, a sounding board for your thoughts and opinions. KHJ provides free speech time to ensure and protect one of our basic rights.
My name is Daniel D'Avila. I am a veteran, born and raised in Glendale, California. A Vietnam veteran. What was the worth of our patriotism? What did we do? Why did we go? Valid questions a lot of us veterans are asking ourselves today. Vietnam has fallen. I, Daniel D'Avila, went to Vietnam with the idea that I was going to fight for democracy, to help the people of South Vietnam. The thousands of us who fought, bled, and died for an ideal were taken because the connotation Vietnam vet carries is a negative one. We hear now about the $170 billion spent in Vietnam, but not much about the 56,697 men and the hundreds of thousands wounded and maimed in Vietnam, not including the thousands with psychological syndromes we must live with for life. We went with pride. We look back with sorrowful amazement at the sudden fall. Is democracy only for America?
Free speech, your right, our responsibility. To take part, write free speech, KHJ Los Angeles, 90038.
Talk to professional people about your problems. If you live in the Saugus or Valencia areas, call the Community Hotline, a 24-hour crisis and listening service. Dial 225-1800. Southland weather in the 70s today, the 50s overnight. The valley, it's now 71 degrees in Orange County, 70. Downtown Los Angeles, 69. Currently in Hollywood, 72 degrees. Lyle Kilgore, KHJ Hotline News. Now Bobby Ocean, KHJ Music.
Once I said I wanna shoot, I don't remember why. I often wonder if it's true that you could make me cry. I only know it's long ago you said I love you too, but I got one solution, that we're gonna start anew.
How do you do? I thought, why not, na-na, just me and you, and then we can, na-na, just like before, and you will say, na-na, please give me more, and you will think, na-na, hey, that's what I'm living for.
And then we can, just like
you will be na 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 na. Hey, that's what I'm living for. How do you do? I thought by not na 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 na, just me and you, and then began na 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 na, just like before. And you will say na 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 na, please give me more. And you will say na 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 na. Hey, that's what I'm living for. How do you do? La 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 la.
KHJ, Los Angeles, America's #1 music station.
Jackie Blue lifts the light from inside of her room. Hides a smile when she's wearing a frown. Ooh, Jackie, you're not so down. You like your life in a freeform style. You'll take an inch, but you love a mile. There never seems to be quite enough. Floating around to fill your loving cup. Ooh, Jackie Blue. What's a game, girl, if you never lose? Ask the winner and you'll probably find. Ooh, Jackie, they've lost it sometime. Don't try to tell me that you're not aware of what you're doing and that you don't care. You say it's easy, just a natural thing. Like playing music, but you never sing. Ooh, Jackie Blue, making wishes that never come true. Going places where you've never been. Ooh, Jackie, you're going again. Jackie Blue lifts the light from inside of her room. Makes you think that her life is a drag. Ooh, Jackie, what fun you have had. Ooh, Jackie. Ooh, Jackie. Ooh, Jackie. Ooh, Jackie.
KHJ, hey, one for you, Jackie Blue, and for me, well, me, I'm the new disc jockey, Bobby Ocean, and it's 103.
Add sparkle to Mother's Day with a touch of diamonds on sale now at Montgomery Ward. 20% off Ward's entire stock of hand-selected diamonds. Choose from rings, pendants, earrings, bracelets, wedding sets. All jewelry with diamonds are 20% off the regular price. Montgomery Ward's diamonds are mounted in an exciting selection of handsome settings, ready for Mother's Day, May 11th. Don't wait. 20% off all diamonds now through Sunday at Montgomery Ward, where you can charge it.
Please Mom this Mother's Day with a slow cooker from Montgomery Ward for only $15.88 and save $4. Ward's electric 4.5-quart Simmerware slow cooker with easy clean glass interior cooks all day while the cook's away. Ward's 4.5-quart slow cooker, just the gift for Mother's Day this Sunday for $15.88 at Montgomery Ward. Charge it.
Ward's has it all. Ward's has it all. Montgomery Ward.
Shop evenings till 9:30, Sunday 10 to 6.
93 KHJ.
Me, Bobby Ocean, hang with me. I'm new around here.
Hang on, Snoopy, Snoopy, hang on.
McCoy's and hang on, Sloopy. The new disc jockey, Bobby Ocean at 107, still figuring out where things are. What's this?
This is a public announcement. Radial Tire and Brake Stores will not be undersold. I repeat, will not be undersold by anyone. This is not a blue sky come-on promise. It's our bona fide consumer pledge. You bring us evidence of the lowest price by anyone on any tire, and if we have in stock what in our opinion is a comparable tire, we'll meet or beat the price. We carry Uniroyal and Fisk tires plus other famous brands. We want your business, and we're bending over backwards to get it. Our new name is not in most phone books. You may not find us through information, so remember, our stores are the former Uniroyal Tire and Auto Service Centers and the Fisk Big Brake Stores. We've merged and have 35 locations. You may have to find us by our old names, but if you are serious about saving money, you will take the time to find us before you buy anywhere else. We absolutely will not be undersold on either tires or service.